We're here at the House of Cigars with Sir Lewis of the Fombies, 7099 Huntley Road, Worthington, Ohio. And Sir Lewis,
Yes, Fine Tooth.
you have a new episode of a new edition, and that would be
This is called, the story I'm going to tell is about the last slave to escape captivity in the South. And that slave was my great uncle, Philbon Fombi. He was, he escaped, he was 187 years old. And he told me the story, and I shall try to do my best to retell it. He said, and his friends call him Whisper, because the nigga talk like this.
what'd you say?
That's how he talk. So he told me the tale of when he escaped from Alabama. Well, he really ain't got to escape in 2024. He used to leave, right? So, but he thought, since he had been a slave so long, that he was escaping Alabama. So he told me to tell he went, crackers. Then them honkies. Now, let me just say, every time, the only person I think words he said out loud was honkies and crackers. Which I thought was different. But as Whispers was telling me the story, he was which meant he was walking on the freeway, on the side of the freeway in the grass, so the slavers couldn't find him. So he's following 75 north, or 71 north, and he went, them crackers, honkies everywhere. Chased by them crackers, but I escaped. And I was going like this. That's a shame. So, and then he finally made it to Ohio, and he's currently staying in my basement in our, our Underground Railroad slash basement as he makes his way to Canada, where all the rest of the freed slaves went to. Now, I tried to explain to him, I said, Whispers, and he said, you know, you don't have to walk. And I gave him an old pair of my shoes because his shoes was fucked up after over 800 miles of walking off the freeway in the woods next to the highway. But he thought that it was from Jesus, the highway, to lead him north away from the Peckerwoods who was tormenting him. So I thought, interesting vernacular, uncle, great grand uncle. And yes, you can stay in my Underground Railroad hideout so the honkies won't find you, even though all my neighbors happen to be honkies. Sure, you can stay there and hide out, but these are abolitionists. And he said, because he whispered. That's what we call him, Whispers. So, I think Whispers is going to collect a backpack of things he can carry with him, rope, flint, so he can make a fire at night, blanket, and maybe a small bag of marijuana to go with Whispers on his way to Canada. I asked him, did he want to ride to the outskirts of Delaware? He said, I said, why Whispers? And he said, crackers. And I went, okay. So, this was a story, one of the many stories I'll be telling of the many different variations of Fombies and what they've done for black history over the years. So, the oldest slave has finally left. Whispers Fombie has finally left Anniston, Alabama, where he was the only slave staying in the one city, wondering why the rest of the niggas wasn't working as hard as him. And they be in their thing, whisper cussing. That's how he whisper cusses. And I was trying to get some speaker up to him to hear him, but even the speaker didn't pick up. He was just going like, these old lazy ass niggas out here, everybody just sitting around, nobody really working in the field like me. God damn it. That's what he was saying in whispers. I like. So, at 180 some years old, he's in relatively good shape though. And since he's walking to Canada. But this is Louis Fombie with the Fombie Black History Moment. And there'll be many more this month. Our next one's about the very first pancake made by Aunt Jemima Fombie. And that's a wrap.